Hey everyone, welcome back to Dollar Workout Club. We have an amazing leg workout for you guys today. So if you hate us, you can thank Natalie later. So if you're new to Dollar Workout Club, my name is Lynn, and since I'm wearing green, I'm gonna show you the beginner modifications to all the exercise moves we're doing today. Drew is wearing yellow, which means he's gonna show the intermediate level, and Natalie's rocking red today, which means she's gonna show the advanced version of the exercise moves we're doing today. What we're gonna do is Drew's gonna help by showing both the green and yellow version while I explain the exercise moves, and we have 4 different moves that we're doing at each of the levels, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the warm-up while Natalie explains the structure of the workout. Bear with us because a couple of these moves have a couple movements within inside the same movement, so it's a little bit harder to explain, and these are moves we haven't done before. So even if you've been a member for a long time, you want to watch these movements. Okay. So the first move that we're doing is a curtsy lunge into a squat. And at the green version, you're gonna wanna get a chair because you're gonna hold that for stability. And the key is to know that we're gonna be doing one leg throughout the entire 30 seconds, and then we'll be switching. So you're not gonna be alternating this movement. So you're gonna pick the leg that you wanna do. Drew's gonna be using his right leg to go ahead and lunge backwards while at a diagonal. And then he's gonna bring that back knee down towards the ground as far as he feels comfortable. He's gonna push off, come back into the starting position, and go immediately into a low squat. Now, generally at a green version, you might sit in a chair, but here, because we want to keep a fluid motion, you're going to just hold onto the chair, go down into a squat that's keeping your knees about shoulder width apart and your chest raised as you sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Then you're going to come up and repeat that movement as many times as you can within the 30 seconds. And again, then the next round we will be alternating, and you will be doing that same movement, but on the other side, as you see Drew's doing right here. So curtsy lunge into a squat. Now, yellow and red's going to be doing this movement, and really the only difference is going to be that red is using a heavy weight, but the movement's going to be the same. And they're going to be standing up straight. They're going to lunge back, just like we talked about, taking whatever leg they want back at a diagonal, bringing that knee all the way down towards the ground, coming up, and then going straight into a squat. As you can see, their legs are about shoulder width apart. Their toes are slightly at an angle. They're keeping their chest raised, and they're trying to come down at or below parallel in that squat movement.
Now, at any time, if your knee hurts from going backwards and doing that curtsy movement, then just stick with regular squats. We don't want you guys to hurt yourselves. Mm-hmm. And if you feel any kind of pain, then just do a normal squat.
Yeah, and sometimes you might feel a little tension in your knee, and what helps is don't go as sharp of a diagonal, and that can help in that movement as well. So the next movement we are going to be doing is a front lunge into a Superman. So at the green version, you're going to be using that chair again, and you are going to do a front lunge. You're going to step whatever leg you're using at that time forward. You're going to bring the back knee down towards the mat as far as you can go while keeping your chest raised. You're going to come back into the starting position. Then you're going to hinge over and lift the foot that was in the back when you're doing that lunge up towards the sky, as you can see here, then coming back in the starting position and repeating. Again, we're doing the same leg throughout that entire 30 seconds. And then the next round we will be alternating. So then you'll be lunging with the other foot, and then the back foot comes up while you hinge forward into the Superman. Yellow and red are going to be doing this movement the exact same way. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to lunge forward, but right in that position, they're going to lean forward, touching that toe that's on the ground, lifting the opposite leg back up into the air, just like you see them doing here. This is a hard movement. It looks harder. It's harder than it looks, okay? Yeah. So you'll notice that you'll need a lot of core strength and stability to do this movement. And again, we do one side. The next move we're doing are called just knees to standing. Now, the green version, we're going to want you to get in front of that chair and use it for support. And you're going to go down to your knees and then stand up. And you're going to use that chair for support as you stand up, just like you see Drew doing here. So down, down, up, up. Using that chair for support, you can use more weight on your hands to lift your body up. Okay, now the key is here is we realize that some people's knees, this may hurt. And if it does, what you can do instead is just hold the chair like you're doing a lunge and lower that knee as far down towards the ground as you can, and you just come back up if that's too painful for you. Yellow and red are going to be doing the exact same movement. They're going to be standing in place. They're going to be going down to their knees and then coming back up. Now the key is, again, since we're doing one leg at a time, make sure you're leading with the same leg throughout the entire 30 seconds, because then we're going to do the opposite leg the next round. And then the last movement we're doing is a jumping squat. At a green version, you're gonna use that chair, but this time with your feet shoulder width apart, you're gonna go ahead and sit all the way down into that chair while keeping your chest raised. You're gonna come up, squeeze your glutes, and come up on your toes. Come up on your toes, raising your heels, reaching for the sky. Then coming back down, again coming up, reaching for the sky. So instead of jumping, you're just reaching up. Yellow and red's doing the exact same movement. They're actually gonna be jumping and doing one fluid motion where they jump up and land back in the squat. Their legs legs. Again, their feet are a little over shoulder width apart, toes slightly out, coming down to parallel or below, using that momentum of pushing up and then coming straight back down into the squat. So don't worry, we'll be doing this with you so you can follow along with us the whole way. Drew and I are gonna go ahead and get started with some jumping jacks for a warm up. So do that with us while Natalie explains the workout today.
All right, guys, so as you can see, today's workout, we have a lot of new exercises that we've never done before, and we're doing a lot of compound movements. So you might want to hit pause and take a second to practice these moves before we get started with the workout. So the good news is that this is only a 10-minute workout, okay? So we're doing each movement for 30 seconds. So you're going to do curtsy lunge into a squat for 30 seconds, front lunge into Superman, 30 seconds, knees to standing, 30 seconds, jumping squats, 30 seconds, and then you get 30 seconds of rest. You're going to repeat that 3 times, so 4 times total. And the key here is because we did build that rest into the workout, what we really want you guys to do is push yourself as hard as possible because you have that rest. You'll be able to kind of regain some energy. And then the other thing to remember is that with each round, you're going to alternate sides. So for example, the curtsy lunges, the first round, we're probably just going to focus on like our left leg. And then the second round, we'll focus on our right leg. Third round, left leg. Fourth round, right leg. So wish me luck. We were getting ready for this workout, and Drew goes, "What are you doing? Teaching us dance moves, Natalie?"
I know, these are a lot of just, sometimes when we're combining those movements, you might get in your head a little bit of like, wait, what am I going into? Don't worry about it. Sometimes, again, with new movements, it just takes some time and practice. And since we're doing the movement the entire time with you, you can follow along with us. So let's go ahead and get in position. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. All right, get into the position, you guys, starting in 2, 1, and go. So again, curtsy lunge into a squat, and we're doing the same leg. So or at least I'm using my right leg. Somebody might be using their left leg the whole time. Doesn't matter, just be consistent, focus on quality form. We have about 15 seconds left. You do wanna get in as many reps as possible, but make sure you're keeping good form throughout. And if you're able to go deeper into a squat, then go ahead and do that. I'm just showing the light movement. 3, 2, 1. And now we're doing front lunge into the Superman. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and lunge with my right foot and then come up in Superman.
Make sure at the top of this movement that you really squeeze oops, I screwed that up because I was talking. That you really squeeze your glute as you lift that leg as high into the air as you possibly can.
Nice job, you guys. Now I'm using my right leg as the predominant leg throughout this entire round and then switching. You could do it your way.
Switch.
And switch. Knees to standing. So again, just make sure, doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you stay consistent. So if you're using the left leg, that's okay.
This exercise is a lot harder than it looks, as I'm sure you're finding out at home.
Yep, and you may need to go slower, and that's okay.
Your quads should be on fire right now. Mine are.
Nice job. Lead with the same leg. You guys are doing awesome. We have about 5 more seconds, and then we go into our jumping squats to finish. Here we go, 2, 1, jumping squats. And then we have a 30-second rest. So really try to keep up that pace and momentum. If you are doing a difficult level for you, then you should be winded by the end of this round. And if you're not, then you're gonna wanna definitely bump it up a level for the remaining rounds. Nice job, you guys. 10 more seconds and then we get a break. Try not to take too long of a rest. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, shake it out.
30-second rest.
Woo.
Take a drink of water if you want. Oh, it's tough.
This is, like you can tell, we're all winded. If you're not, you're gonna wanna bump it up a level. Even if it's not for all the movements, bump it up a level on a couple of them.
Now, you notice on these squats, I was putting the weight onto my shoulders. You don't have to do that at home. That was just a balance for me. Felt more comfortable that way.
Make sure you're alternating legs. So I'm gonna be doing left since I did right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, curtsy lunge into squat. Good job.
My legs are really fatigued right now.
This is a difficult leg exercise, you guys. I know it's a quick workout, but if you're really challenging yourself and doing full movement, so that's bringing that knee down as far as you can, these are tiring. Good job, keep up that pace. We have about 5 more seconds to go. Then we're going into the front lunge to Superman. 3, 2, 1, good job. All right, here we go, front lunge. Make sure you alternate the side that you're using.
And make sure that you're kicking your leg up as high as possible. That's really gonna work on using your glutes. Give that nice round shape to your booty.
Now it's important, you guys, that you keep that chest up as you come down into your lunge, okay? So don't hinge over until you're doing the Superman. 2, 1, and we're going knees to standing.
Other side.
All right, make sure that you start with the other leg. So for me, again, going down with my left, leading up with my left.
Can I do green on this one?
Nice job, you guys.
These are so hard to me. Hey, look
Good
Sounds like
job. We're almost there, and then we'll finish with those jumping squats. Try to keep your heart rate up by going at a quick pace. 3, 2, 1, jumping squats. All right, you guys, keep that chest raised. The weight is back in your heels. You're squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. Remember, for green, you're raising up on those toes. You're lifting those heels off the ground. Nice job. A little over 15 seconds, and we get that 30-second break. So try to take as few pauses as possible. We get a full 30 seconds of rest. Really challenge yourself here. Almost halfway through the workout. 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. Get a drink of water. We're halfway through.
Whew, this is hard.
Short, but effective.
All right, all right.
Now we're switching back to wherever leg you started on. For me, as you guys know, that was my right leg. So make sure you consciously do all of the movements on that one side. We're gonna start with the curtsy lunge into the squat, starting in 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now remember, you're coming out at a diagonal, so that's the difference. Generally, we just do a lunge straight back. This, we're coming at a diagonal. It's just working a different part of your leg. You should really be able to feel it in the outer leg area, kind of like we call them our saddlebag area. Nice job, you guys. Try to keep up a steady pace, a little less than 10 seconds. We'll go into the front lunge to Superman. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, front lunge to Superman. Stay on that same leg.
Or switch, right?
Yeah.
Nice job. Now remember, every rep counts, quality form. Lunging, keeping your chest up, and only hinging over when it's time to do that Superman. Keep that core tight and engaged as you lift that back leg up as high as you can. Doing awesome. 5 more seconds, then we'll go into the knees to standing in 2, 1, and go. Same leg, knees to standing, so I'm doing my right throughout this whole round.
I can hardly talk. That's how you guys should be at home at this point in the game.
This should be challenging, just like Natalie said. Now, if you guys want, you can go ahead and stand up completely between every move for green. I'm not, just because I want to try to get as many movements in as possible. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Finish with those jumping squats. Here we go, you guys. Every rep counts, quality form. Keep that chest raised. Really squeeze those glutes. Make sure you're coming up on your toes if you're doing the green version. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Good job, you guys. Give it everything you've got, as few breaks as possible. We have that full 30 seconds. We're almost done with round 3. Come on, you guys. 5 more seconds. Don't quit, don't quit. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Nice
Last
job.
round, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter.
I love that. I hate this workout. You wrote this workout.
I know how to do
Tomorrow, when you can barely walk, everyone thank Natalie.
this. Oh, man.
All right.
Okay,
last
remember,
round.
we're switching legs for this whole round. So for me, that means I'm finishing up on my left-hand side, left leg. Try to catch your breath. 5 more seconds. Finish strong, you guys. Just as intense as the first round. 2, 1, and curtsy lunge. Nice job. Every rep counts. It's the last time you're doing this movement. Just think of that. Last time you're doing it. Good job. Halfway through. Keep up that pace, that consistency. Bring that
Really?
back knee all the way down.
Really try to push yourself to pick up the pace right now. Don't just give up.
Nice job, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Front lunge to Superman. Bring that back knee down as far as it can go. Oops. A little bit more space. Nice job, you guys. Keep that chest raised. Keep your core tight as you hinge over and lift that back leg. Just 10 more seconds. Come on, you got this. We're almost done. Keep up that pace. 3, 2, 1. Knees to standing. All right, you guys, last time we're doing this. Everything you got. Down and up as fast as you can go. Your quad should be on fire. Good job. Breathe through it. Almost there. After this, we just have one movement left, you guys. Come on, quick workout. Here we go. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jumping squats. Last movement, you guys. Everything you've got.
Last 30 seconds, guys. Come on. Push yourself.
Give it everything you've got. This is a short workout, but you really should be feeling it in your legs. You should be sweating. You should be out of breath. If you're challenging yourself, don't do that, okay, you guys? These workouts are only as good as you make them. Come on, 5 more seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
Nice job. Woo. All right, shake out those legs. Try to catch your breath. Get a drink of water. We're going to be going into our stretching in just a few seconds. All right.
Dude, my heart rate's like 175. That's really high.
Whoa. Dang, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we're going to go ahead and start with a quad stretch, especially because our heart rate's so elevated. I'm going to be using this for a little bit of support. You can get next to a wall or chair if you want. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to bend your knee, bringing your foot back towards your butt. Go ahead and grab the top of your foot with your hand and then holding. Make sure those knees are close together. You don't want your knee out here. Close together while you pull that foot as close as you can towards your butt. You should really feel a good stretch in your quad. If it's hard to reach your foot, you can go ahead and rest it instead on that chair you were using. You're still going to feel good stretch throughout your quad right there.
Switch.
Okay, other side. Grab it here or go ahead and rest it on that chair, whatever is easiest for you. Focus on deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth to bring that heart rate down, because we're going to be hinging over, which is sometimes hard to do. If your heart rate's elevated, then the last 2 stretches you guys can do seated instead of standing. But we're going to be going into a standing toe touch. So standing in this position, simply hinge over, bending down, running those legs all the way down, keeping those knees straight. You're going to reach down as far as you can. You should really feel a nice stretch throughout the back of your legs and your lower back as well. As you can see, I can't touch my toes, so I'm just going down my legs to about my shin level, holding myself there. Again, if you're still out of breath, your heart's racing, you can do this seated instead. Breathe through it. With every breath, try to reach down a little bit further. Nice job. We're going to go ahead and do a standing hamstring stretch. And again, you could do this seated instead with your legs wide. You're going to go ahead and place your hands down, trying to reach it towards the mat. Keeping those knees straight is the key. And as you hinge over, you should really feel a good deep stretch throughout the whole back of your legs to your hamstrings.
So you want to look directly behind you so that your neck is completely neutral.
And if you're like me, you're not that flexible, you're not quite reaching down that far, but still look back towards the back wall. A few more breaths. Nice job. Slowly roll out of that. Okay, because you still might be a little bit lightheaded. Awesome job, you guys. Let us know in the comments below this video what you thought. And maybe get back online tomorrow. Let us know how
Definitely
you
get
feel
back
walking and going to the bathroom if it hurts to sit on the toilet. That's my least favorite thing about leg day. We appreciate you guys. I hope you stick around for the recipe and motivation video after this. They are good ones. Make sure you have an amazing day and be sure to tune in tomorrow to work out with us for another great workout. See you guys.
See y'all.
right, guys, today we're going to talk about a little bit of a heavy topic, and that is body image. Studies show that for women, body image is the #1 shame trigger in women. And interesting enough, for men, the #1 shame trigger is feeling like they aren't enough, like they're not providing enough for their families, or that they're not good enough. But back to the topic at hand, which is women and body image. And it's something that I want to talk about because every single person, no matter who you are, struggles with some form of body image. I've talked to women who feel, like they're too skinny, and other women who aren't skinny enough, or women who don't like their nose, or who don't like their short legs, or who don't like, their arms. I mean, everybody has something that we struggle with, right? And the best advice I can give is to let you guys know that loving yourself, no matter what stage you're at, is one of the most important lessons that I've learned, at least in my journey, and what I've seen other clients that I've worked with as well. So here's the thing, it's a really dangerous, slippery slope to say, well, I'll like how I look in the mirror when I lose 20 pounds, right? Because then you're putting value on that 20 pounds, and you're not loving yourself until you get to a certain weight. And I can tell you, I can promise you, just from experience with the women that I've worked with, that if losing the 20 pounds is your ultimate goal in loving yourself, I promise once you get to that weight, you're still gonna find a flaw within yourself, right? The goal is that you have to really love yourself fully and completely, and then set those goals separately, but don't make loving yourself conditional upon how much you weigh or don't weigh, or how much weight you lose or can't lose. And that can be hard. I remember I didn't used to always have a lot of confidence when I was younger, and I remember somebody telling me one time, just love yourself, or just be confident. And I remember thinking, how do I just love myself when I don't? Or how can I just be confident when I'm not confident? And the truth is that a lot of times you just have to almost fake it until you really believe it. And you just have to tell yourself every single day how you want to feel. And eventually what will happen is the words that you speak to yourself will start to become your reality. And so what I encourage you guys to do is really pay attention and be aware of the verbiage and the language that you use when you speak to yourself, or that you think to yourself. So for example, I had a really bad habit of, when I would look in the mirror and I would bend over, let's say I'm getting out of the shower, I'd get a glance in the mirror and I would see I have a lot of stretched skin. Both my kids were 2 pounds, or 2 pounds, they were 10 pounds. So my stomach was really, really big. So although I've been able to get back into shape, I still have a lot of wrinkly, soft, stretched skin on my stomach. And for a long time, I would look in the mirror and just think, oh, that's so gross, and turn away. Or, oh, I don't want to see that, and turn away. Or just like, I would sit and like play with it and be like, man, I wish I just had my pre-baby body back. And I just eventually realized that using those words and that language never served me at all. It really served no purpose in making me feel better about myself. So I forced myself every time I looked in the mirror, and at first it was gradual. At first it wasn't really positive language, it was just acceptance language. So I would look in the mirror and I'd say, well, it is what it is. Or I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, that's just a natural part of the aging process. Or I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, that I have 2 beautiful children because of that stretched skin. And eventually I got to the point where I could say, well, yeah, I have a little bit of stretched skin, that's okay, but I have awesome arms, but I have a beautiful smile, or, I curled my hair really good today, right? And so eventually I was able to shift into body positive language, and it was amazing what happened just by shifting the way that I spoke to myself. That stretched skin, or whatever the issue is for you, no longer was as big of an issue. I mean, I'd be lying if I had days where I still wished it wasn't there, but I would say 95% of the time, majority of the time, because I switched the way that I spoke to myself, I convinced myself through years and years and years of changing my language that it's just something I've accepted, it is what it is, and I'll focus on, I don't have the ability to change my stretched skin, but I can focus on the things that I do have the ability to change, which is getting healthier, which is loving myself at any stage I'm at, and taking care of my body physically and mentally and emotionally. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. I really, really want to challenge you to change the language you use when you talk to yourself, because it matters and you matter. And I love you guys. If you have any specific questions, please leave them in the comments below.
Hey guys, we just want to take a second to let you know how much we appreciate you. Dollar Workout Club wouldn't be a club without each of you guys, and you mean so much to us.
Yeah, and we want you guys to leave your comments. There's a section below where you can talk about if you've tried the recipe, or how you thought of the workout, or how you did in the workout, or questions about the motivational tips. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below.
Yeah, and don't forget to invite your friends, you guys, to join us here at Dollar Workout Club. And don't forget to follow us on social media using these handles below.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.